Hi, welcome to Watcher DM. I'm Gabriel, and today I am going to do a flip through and review of the Shadowdark, the role playing game Game Master's Quickstart Guide. Now, I had already done a Shadowdark core rules flip through and review, but the core rules do not include an adventure in them, and this book explicitly includes kind of what's considered the beginner adventure. I never ran this. I never had this prior to. I got the Shadowdark Kickstarter rewards before I ran Shadowdark, and so I had not gotten this. But I recently had an opportunity to run the Lost Citadel of the Scarlet Minotaur, and so now that I have used this book, I'm going to do a quick flip through and review and tell you all about it. I am going to go through the whole book. So this is one of the zines you can pick up from the Arcane Library store. It comes in a pack with some pre-generated characters and the Quick Start Player's Guide. You can also pick this up for free on Drive-Thru RPG. I think. Maybe it's not Drive-Thru RPG. Maybe it's just an Arcane Library. I think it's just Arcane Library, actually. My bad. Anyway, links in the description. Go get your stuff where you want. Otherwise, yeah, you've got some helpful tables here in the inside. Table of contents, introduction, basics on game mastery, what this is for. You've got your game master section. This is literally verbatim what you're going to get in the core rules. So you've got your running the game section, your core ethos, how to award XP, how random encounters work, how traps work, how hazards work, something's happens tables, rumor tables, ruins encounters, and then it goes straight into monsters. So as you can tell, it's a truncated kind of set of information. Obviously, the core rules has much, much more, but it is nice that they kind of include it all complete for you to be able to say, well, we're going to go dive around in some ruins. Something happens. Like you've got enough here to really play the game, which is pretty awesome. You get your monster stat blocks for a number of monsters with a little bit of art here and there. Nothing too crazy to report, right? This is the same stuff you would find in the core rulebook. I love this piece, though. And then you get some treasure with your Mordanticus illustration, which is great. That's such a good piece of art on page 39. Yeah, with a nice little piece of fiction there. Treasure overview, and you get the 0 through 3 treasure table with some magic item attributes for a generator, and then some magic items as found in the adventure, and then in the other section of the book. And then we get to the Lost Citadel of the Scarlet Minotaur, a 1st through 3rd level adventure for Shadowdark RPG. I sent a fresh group of 1st levels in here. I have also played this adventure at Breakout Con, and it was a lot of fun both times. There's also a video walkthrough of this adventure at the Arcane Library's YouTube channel, so I'd recommend going and checking that out. But yeah, your overview sets you up with your, how room keys work, the background of the dungeon, the factions that are involved, which is one of the things I really like about this dungeon, is it comes with 3 kind of strong factions. You've got the Beastmen, the Ettercaps, and the Scarlet Minotaur. The Beastmen are just living here. They're just trying to get by. They believe that there's a dragon outside that will eat them if they try to leave, and they've believed that for generations, so they kind of stick around. The Ettercaps, on the other hand, are here to get treasure. So, interestingly, these are like non-humanoid crawlers in some sense. They're doing very much what the PCs are probably doing. And then you've got the Scarlet Minotaur, a gigantic monster who used to be, I think, the king, and he got turned into a Minotaur. It's pretty great stuff. You get some rumors here. I didn't find the rumors tremendously useful, but they're good enough. Like they got the thing across the finish line, so it worked fine. The Lost Citadel environments and entrances. So there are a number of kind of places here that are a little bit different. Like the Citadel is like in an arid scrubland around the Citadel. Thick sandy blocks and coral red columns hold up its tiered rooftops. I changed that. I made it like kind of in a jungle so that it'd be like not just out in the open. And then, yeah, it's got a couple of entrances. So you've got the southeast doors, the northeast hall, the southwest hall, and then you've got a courtyard in Area 18, which is if you get people climbing the roof, they can actually just climb straight down into Area 18, which is interesting. And another thing that is a feature of Shadowdark Adventures a number of times is the order of battle. It'll tell you how the different factions interact with the dungeon over time, which is really useful. Then you get your area definitions, so what the danger level is, what the lights, how they work, your doors, your NPCs, and of course the Scarlet Minotaur. There's actually a NPC generator here on page 64 for Beastmen NPCs, because those are likely the ones you're going to be interacting with that are not combatants. The random encounter table here is on a 1. The Scarlet Minotaur stalks in. Otherwise, most of these are, they're dangerous, but they're definitely achievable. The mural chamber, you get your blinding cave. The blinding cave is a great trap. You get your web choked cave. So in the back on this back page here, this is the map. Getting through this whole dungeon actually takes a while. Like, it would take a while. I think my PCs went this way and back to here. And then they went this. Oh, no, right. They went up here. I do remember they ended up finding this. Or did they get there? I don't know that they actually got there, actually. I think they went back this way. Yeah, they went back this way. And they met Giuseppe. And then they just went straight up here and they ended up in the Scarlet Minotaur room. It was great. But they did not get... They like, this little bit of room, this little bit of room, and that's it. That's all the dungeon that they explored. I think you should expect your PCs to probably do about the same. They can go back many times. I think that's one of the charms of this adventure. The Ettercap nest and kind of that whole Ettercap section is really cool. Because there's a lot of treasure back there, and the Ettercaps are great little villains. The bull statue traps, I think my PCs kind of squared up with what was going on here, but never actually ended up hitting another one, so they never didn't get to use that information, but it was there. The blood bowls were used for healing, and they used that, so that was pretty cool. Room 9 is the Sorcerer's Pillars trap. When I played in this, I think we ended up just sending someone running through. We're like, douse her in water, run her through. So she ran in, and we pulled her out with a rope, and it was fine. We ended up getting the sword, which was pretty cool. It's a crazy trap, though. Really, really well designed. That's a fun one. Because you're giving lots of clues about what's happening. You get more bull statues. There is a prison, an armory, another bull statue, a hidden hall. Your jar storage was interesting. I think there's like these jars explode, and they kind of smell funny, and they like, this gas, they outgas. There's some offering bowls here that were interesting. This is where Giuseppe Baldini was, so I got to use a stereotypical Italian voice, which was super fun. I did not play him as a crotchety, middle-aged, or poor guy. He was poor, but I think, I just had him be like, go, he's kind of like Paolo from the Gucci movie, because I just loved that guy. I thought he was really funny. The broken bull statue is the one that they found, and then, of course, you find the central courtyard. Now, the PCs, they very much could have died in this. They got some really lucky hits in, and they killed the Scarlet Minotaur. He failed his morale check after they had taken him down past half through some really crazy lucky rolls. And so, boom. Yeah, that's kind of what happened. The rest of the rooms they did not get to. I think we kind of ended the session with them fleeing after getting the Scarlet Minotaur down and getting some treasure. And when we went in, we did not end up doing that at all. We basically just got this treasure here and left after kind of going in through the back. So we went in through the back, got this stuff, came down this way, and ended up finding the treasure down here and then leaving. So yeah, each run will likely be very, very different. The throne chamber is pretty cool. There's a skeleton sitting on the throne. Damanthus the brave gave gold, Sarpin the wise gave wheat, and Mineros the cruel gave blood. Mineros is, of course, the king who turns into the Scarlet Minotaur. The labyrinth section of this dungeon, I wasn't really sure how to adjudicate. Basically, they kind of like get lost in this labyrinth over here. But it's kind of treated like, like you just kind of roll and they find stuff. The Beastmen's lair is all hidden in these little secret doors and stuff, which I don't think the PCs in my game ever found, or if they did, they found it kind of just at the end. Yeah, there's a little lookout room here. Training chamber, the Hall of Kings, the Sacrifice Cave, 27, way out here, which they never got to. And then, you've got your NPCs, and then how to join the dark. An adventure site name on the back, so you can just quickly scaffold together the Crypt of the Revenant Jewel, or something like that. You could do a lot worse than packing yourself up with some Shadowdark role-playing game supplements. The free Quick Start guide is really a masterclass in how to deliver value in a great package. So go pick it up. It's free, like I said, or you can pick up some of the printed copies from Arcane Library and take them and hand them out to your friends. They're really quite reasonably priced, and it's a great way to spread the love of this game. If you like these videos, I hope you'll hit the like button. If you would like to see more of them, you should subscribe. And if you want to be notified when they come out, you can hit the bell icon. Otherwise, if you'd like to get early access to these videos, you can go join my Patreon at patreon.com/watcherdm. And any paid tier gets all the video content a week early, as well as my daily posts about writing and drawing and doing adventure design. Also, if you'd like to get some of our other Shadowdark content, you go to watcherdm.com. We're also up on Drive-Thru RPG and itch.io, and I hope to see you at the table. Throw some dice.